Shortly after the James Webb Space Telescope transmitted a routine batch of deep space data, something unusual appeared. Among the starfields in one frame, beautiful but ordinary at first glance, analysts noticed a soft, structured glow on the edge. It wasn't a star or a galaxy. It had straight lines, angles, and symmetry, features nature doesn't typically create on a cosmic scale. Curious, scientists enhanced the image. The glow wasn't just reflecting light. It was emitting it. But not randomly. The illumination followed geometric patterns, grids and repetitions, unlike any natural celestial object. Analysts flagged it as an anomaly and continued their work. Then the signal came. As Webb's final data packets for that cycle came in, a rhythmic pulse emerged. Initially dismissed as noise, closer inspection revealed a repeating pattern, one that stood out sharply against the usual static. The signal repeated every 241 seconds. Not 240. Not 242. Exactly 241. Even more striking was the content between pulses, a sequence of prime numbers. First 2, then 3, then 5, then 7. Mathematics. This wasn't radiation or gravitational fluctuation. This was communication, deliberate and intelligent. At first, researchers suspected an equipment issue. But diagnostics confirmed it wasn't coming from the telescope. It originated from the coordinates of the strange glowing object. Speculation spread fast. Was this a beacon? A probe? A remnant of some ancient structure built to last beyond the rise and fall of civilizations? Some believed it might be part of a long-forgotten cosmic relay system. Others proposed a deeper idea. What if this structure wasn't just placed in space, but anchored in time? The Webb telescope doesn't just look far, it looks into the past. The light it captures is old, traveling for billions of years. This wasn't just a structure out there, it might be something from before, projecting its message across time. Soon, scientists noticed something stranger. Light around the object bent in impossible ways. There was gravitational lensing, yet no mass dense enough nearby to cause it. The structure was warping space itself. Some even suggested it was a shadow of a higher dimensional object bleeding into our reality, a 4D or 5D construct we could only partially perceive. Then came the symbols. Linguists and cryptographers joined the effort. They analyzed the pulse intervals and found patterns resembling Earth's oldest symbols, spirals, triangles, and harmonics found in cave art across continents. From the ancient sites of Göbekli Tepe and Giza to carvings in African and South American caves, the geometry matched. Coincidence? Or a connection? Even more unsettling were the mathematical alignments. The signal's pulse ratios echoed geometries from Earth's ancient monuments, the golden ratio, triangular placements, and solar alignments. Could this be a shared knowledge? A memory that transcends civilizations? One possibility began to take root. This wasn't our first contact. What if this signal, this structure, and these patterns were part of a larger cycle, one that's been echoing through human history, recorded in stone and myth, and now captured in deep space? A cosmic breadcrumb trail, waiting to be recognized once we were ready to understand? No answers have come yet. Only questions, deep, unsettling ones. But one thing is certain. The universe just got a lot more mysterious. And maybe, more familiar. Some scientists proposed a more radical idea. Perhaps the signal was always there, but our technology hadn't been advanced enough to detect it. Or worse, perhaps we once had the knowledge to see it, and lost it. The signal wasn't reaching out to us. We were finally reaching up to something that had been waiting all along. Government agencies quickly took notice. Multiple departments, defense, aerospace, intelligence, requested classified briefings. Private defense contractors demanded access to the full dataset. Some reportedly began reverse engineering the geometry of the structure, hoping to unlock methods of energy manipulation or propulsion. Religious leaders made veiled public statements referencing the return of watchers, messengers, and divine constructs. Some called it a message from God. Others called it a warning. The public, meanwhile, received none of this context. Only fragmented headlines and redacted press releases. But those in the know, those closest to the data, understood something profound was happening. The signal wasn't stopping. In fact, it was evolving. Roughly 12 days after the first detection, the rhythm changed. The prime sequence halted. Replaced by a new pattern, shorter, sharper bursts. Some described them as musical. Others, mechanical. Regardless of interpretation, one thing was certain: the signal was now responding. Humanity had begun broadcasting controlled data pulses back toward the object. An experimental attempt to engage. Nothing complex. Just basic binary. Prime sequences. Fibonacci numbers. Standard SETI protocol. And then the object shifted its own rhythm within hours. This was no longer a message. It was a conversation. Only, it wasn't happening in language. It wasn't using grammar or words. It was using structure. Rhythm. Intent. Like a drumbeat in the void, echoing across eons. Not a voice, but a presence. That's when the philosophical floodgates opened. If the signal is intelligent, then what does it want? If the structure is artificial, who built it? If it's been there since the dawn of time, then why are we only seeing it now? And the most haunting question of all: what if it sees us too? We used to think we were alone. That Earth was a cosmic accident. But maybe that belief came from not looking far enough. From not listening close enough. Because now, with Webb's unprecedented reach, we've peered into a corner of the universe that doesn't just reflect the past. It reflects us. Perhaps we're not discovering something new. Perhaps we're being remembered. Maybe the structure is not a machine. Maybe it's a monument. A lighthouse in the dark. Not guiding us, but marking a place where someone, or something, once watched the stars. And perhaps still does. Because since the signal began, Webb's instruments have recorded slight fluctuations in cosmic background noise. Minor shifts in radiation intensity near the object. As though something beyond the structure is now aware. Observing. And it's quiet. Too quiet. The signal has since slowed. Not stopped. Just faded. As though it's waiting. Listening. Watching how we respond, not just scientifically, but culturally. Philosophically. Emotionally. This is no longer just an astronomical event. It's a turning point in human history. A moment where we must ask ourselves, are we ready? Ready to meet a presence older than our species, smarter than our civilizations, and patient enough to wait billions of years for us to look up? Because if this is contact, then it didn't begin with a landing, or a message, or a ship in the sky. It began with a whisper in the dark. A signal sent through time. And we, fragile, curious, brilliant humanity, just happened to be listening when it arrived. So now, as scientists recheck the data, and engineers sharpen Webb's focus, and philosophers rewrite what it means to be human, the rest of us wait. Because if the universe really did send us a message, it wasn't just to say we're not alone. It was to say, we've been here. All along. If you found this revelation as astonishing as we did, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more cosmic mysteries from Discovery at 2.0. What do you think Webb has uncovered? Was it a message, a machine, or a mirror? Let us know in the comments below.